Hi guys, it's Becky, and I just want to do a really quick video where we take one of these little flower beads from the Turquoise Trails Sam's Bead Box, and we just make ourselves a little ring with it. Because when I got these, I was like, oh, I want to make a ring with this, and then I didn't, and so now I'm going to do it. I have been working on a different project that takes a lot of time and a lot of work over the last, like during the weekend and all that. And I was like, you know what, it's been a while since I put up a video and I just really want something quick and easy, and because I've been working on something that takes a while to do, and that way I can get that done. So I think what I'm going to do is use this 20 gauge craft wire. I checked what size of craft wire would fit in the hole on these, and 20 gauge fits just fine like that. So that is what I'm going to be using on this, and I'm going with the antique copper because it matches with this stuff that we've got going on here. So I'm going to be using this for my ring, and for tools I have a ring mandrel that I'm going to be using for this. Now if you don't have a ring mandrel, something that I've found that is easy to do is to look around at what you have in your, just in your house somewhere. Like, look and see if you've got like any makeup things that a ring would fit on. It works best if you've got a ring that you already know fits on your finger, and then you can, you know, try it on and be like, oh, that one's too big. Or maybe that one is too small, or the other way around. That doesn't quite fit on there, because it doesn't have to be makeup. It could be like art supplies. This tube of lipstick, it's a Urban Decay one. For me, it fits just fine. It probably wouldn't fit great for other folks who don't have like peasant fingers like I do. But let me think. If you find something that has like a tapered lid or something like that, you could find the spot where the ring fits, and then you can use something to make that mark. I just used this paint marker to make some marks above and below where this ring fit on, so that if I choose to use that, I can do that. Maybe you don't have makeup, maybe you don't have nail polish, maybe you have some knitting needles that a ring would fit on. Where did I put it? I just set it down and I've lost my little ring, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, look around, see what you've got. You might have some tools that will work for making a ring that will fit your finger somewhere, somehow. But I already have a tool that's purpose built for this, and that is this ring mandrel. So I'm going to be using that. And again, if you don't know what size you have, just slide a ring that you know fits on there, and then you'll know where you need to put your ring in order to make it fit for your finger. So I'm going to be using this. I'm going to be using some flush cutters to cut my wire, and I'm going to be using my chain nose pliers for tucking my ends of my wire in. All right, so I've got my bead, I've got some wire. I'm going to pull off about maybe 16 inches of wire from there, and I'm just going to straighten this out. Got a really great tip on one of my other videos. If you've got like an old t-shirt or something, it can be useful for straightening out wire and warming it up. I do have old t-shirts, but I don't have one right here with me. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut that off my spool. And I just want this to be straight to begin with, like as straight as I can get it without any kinks in it, because it makes the bead slide down easier on here. So I wanted to grab these two smaller beads as kind of spacers to bookend my ring. This is just an idea I had. I don't know if it'll work or not. We're gonna find out. And I'm just finding about the middle of my wire. It doesn't have to be exactly the middle, and this actually might be too much wire, or it might not. But that's okay, because if it is too much, I can just cut off my extra wire. So now that I've got kind of the middle of my wire, I'm going to place my ring here, and this grooved, or my bead here, and this grooved ring mandrel actually works out pretty well because I can kind of rest the bead in the groove. But again, if you don't have a ring mandrel, do not fret. Because there are alternatives that you can use. All right, so that is about the size that I want that to be. And the question is, am I okay with the bead possibly spinning and turning? I might be. I mean, it won't spin and turn when it's on a finger. Yeah, I think I'll be okay with that. So let me go ahead and make a little bend right here where this second wrap, I just went ahead and wrapped both ends around. So I've got 2 strands of wire on either side. So right here where we're at, I'm going to make a bend right where this second bead is, in that direction. And then I'm going to make another bend on the other side. Like that. And I'm going to take it off my mandrel because that was about the size and shape that I want it to be. And I'm going to try not to do anything with this. I can put it back on the mandrel to get its shape back if I need to afterwards. That's fine, but I'm going to just use my finger a little bit and bend this around to the other side. Maybe it needs to bend a little bit more. I just want it to kind of be a halo around my bead. There we go. Like that. Perfect. And then I want to do that again on the other side. And this is where I have obviously cut off way too much wire because I thought I might be going underneath the bead for a little bit there. And that's something you can do if you don't want it to spin. You can just wrap it underneath the bead before you start curving it around. Just using my finger a little bit to give it some curve. And holding that there while I curve it around the other side. All right, so I've got my little halo. Now I am going to cut off my excess wire before I start wrapping it around here. Well, some of my excess wire anyway, because wrapping it around will be a lot easier if I don't have miles and miles of wire to wrap with. There we go. All right, so that's gone around twice, pushing my wraps up there just a little bit. Now I'm going to use my pliers to wrap it a little bit more. All right. There we go. I'm not done with this. I'm going to be tidying that up in a little bit after I wrap this other side, because that is going to need a little bit more work. You see how it's a little offset? That's fine. I like it like that. But you might want to change like your curve a little bit if you don't like that sort of swoosh that you get with it. I like it, so I'm keeping it. could be rounder if I didn't have these other beads in the way. But I do have those other beads there, so this is just what my ring looks like. I am okay with that. Alright, I'm gonna smoosh this wrap down there a little bit. I'm just trying to get these two wires to be next to each other a little bit. I'm giving them real gentle taps to get them into the place where I need them to be for this, because I don't want the wire to smoosh them together too much, but I want them to hold them together. You know what I mean? Alright, so this is the part where I am going to cut off my excess and very carefully tuck that in. If this is a little bit scratchy, you can grab where's my thing? I've got a metal file to file that down if it's a little too scratchy right there. You can do that, that's fine. You can do that with your rings. I heard you like rings, so I put a ring on your ring. It's been a long week, guys. It's been a long week. Anyway, I should have another video out tomorrow for you, but I just wanted to do this one real quick tonight while I'm working on my other stuff that I'm working on. Life gets in the way and other projects get in the way, but we now have a very pretty little ring that I can wear with my other things that I make from my Turquoise Trails box, and it does fit just fine on my finger. I'm going to pop this onto this mandrel again, just so that we can get go. Reshaping it just a little bit so it gets it rounder again. And so both of those wires were the right size. Oh yeah, Turquoise Trails. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have made anything with your Turquoise Trails box. But yeah, if I'd used this extra wire, I would have had some wires going underneath as well. But I decided not to do that. It's just another option. I made another one the other day, and I can't find it, but that's okay. But that one had wires going underneath. So there we go. A ring. Hope you guys have a great night. Bye.